Morgan D. Jones, The Thinker's Toolkit, 14 Powerful Techniques for Problem Solving. Welcome to the enlightening summary of The Thinker's Toolkit, 14 Powerful Techniques for Problem Solving by Morgan D. Jones. This book delves into the importance of analytical thinking, the significance of breaking a problem into its fundamental components, and the psychological aspects of problem solving. The summary will introduce you to various unconventional methods that aid in dealing with intricate issues from different perspectives, focusing on both convergent and divergent thinking. Moreover, you'll discover effective problem-solving techniques and tools that can help you overcome cognitive traps, making informed decisions to positively impact your personal and professional life.
The art of analysis. Effective problem-solving requires a systematic approach to analyzing the factors that contribute to a problem and the options available for resolution. However, most people fall into the trap of only considering comfortable answers that do not address the nuances of complicated issues. By understanding the cognitive traps and barriers to effective analysis, individuals can significantly improve their insight and decision-making abilities. To break down a complicated issue into its components and subcomponents, individuals must sort the factors that affect their decision in an orderly way. Standard methods work for everyday problems, but for complicated issues, a structured investigation is necessary. To arrive at a solution of good quality, it's essential to focus on problematic choices that show greater promise, rather than seeking comfortable answers. The mind's proclivity to narrow the scope of thinking by focusing on one solution can mislead us, causing our analysis of events and circumstances to be flawed. The book emphasizes that analysis plays a significant role in narrowing an individual's thinking, convergent thinking, and opening it up, divergent thinking. When examining a problem, consider the roles of fact versus judgment. It is crucial to use analytic techniques to check the soundness of conclusions. Collaborating in groups tends to be more effective than individual analysis, but it may lead to proclivities and disagreements that can lead to a false analysis if not structured correctly. Structuring analysis can counter negative tendencies and lead to better analysis. By educating team members in the use of analytic techniques, even greater dividends can be realized in effectively analyzing problems that involve significant issues or decisions. The book, Analysis for Innovators, warns that people tend to disregard other options once they make an initial choice. The lack of an organized method for considering the nuances of complicated issues often leads people to accept incomplete remedies. Therefore, it is necessary to know how to systematize or configure your diagnosis and choices to make a significant difference when diagnosing and solving problems. How one analyzes a problem determines whether they find a solution and its quality. Problem-solving perspectives. When faced with a problem, it's crucial to evaluate it in a way that enables you to detect flaws in your initial description. Viewing a problem too restrictively may prevent you from considering other options and potential solutions. Look at the challenge from national, personal, and other perspectives. Your preferences and mental framework heavily influence how you view and approach problems. To counter your biases, try reformulating the problem in different terms, presenting it upside down, considering it from a broader perspective, or choosing a different focal point. Overcoming negativity bias. The book advocates for using the power of pros, cons, and fixes to counter the human propensity for negativity bias in problem solving. By thoroughly enumerating all the positive features of an option and grouping negative arguments, individuals can transform negatives into positives or eliminate them. Comparing the positives and negatives helps in sorting out constituent elements of an issue and analyzing them coherently. This approach can be employed with any issue at any stage of analysis. Effective problem-solving strategies. To effectively analyze a problem, one should use a combination of convergent and divergent thinking. Divergent thinking involves thinking outside the box, while convergent thinking involves narrowing down ideas. Humans tend to have negative biases that can hinder problem-solving skills. To combat this, one should follow the 4 commandments of divergent thinking: come up with many options, use brainstorming, don't discard eccentric ideas, and don't judge ideas during generation. After recording as many ideas as possible, use convergent thinking to narrow down and categorize ideas, discarding those that aren't feasible. The result will be the selection of the most realistic options. The power of chronological sorting. Sorting information is integral to problem solving. And when it comes to sorting, a chronology is a simple yet effective way to organize information. This is because people tend to think chronologically, and sorting information in this way makes it easier for them to understand and retain. It also helps avoid confusion when trying to sort out information that doesn't follow a chronological order. By understanding the power of chronological sorting, individuals can facilitate better problem solving and decision making. Deciphering complex systems. Understanding and resolving complex problems require insight into the cause and effect relationships of the system. However, people usually lack this understanding. To map out these relationships, create a causal flow diagram that specifies significant factors of the problem and how they cause specific results. Identify relationships as direct or inverse and map them out. Through examination, evaluate how the factors of the system interact. Sorting information with matrices. Matrices are a useful tool for dividing and sorting complex issues. By creating a grid of cells, information can be contrasted, compared, and organized in a way that highlights important connections and associations between data sets. The number and arrangement of cells in a matrix can be customized to fit the specific needs of the analysis. With this effective method, you can break down complex problems into manageable parts, and approach them with clarity and structure. Scenario trees. Scenario trees are diagrams that outline the various choices and outcomes that could result from each potential course of action. These diagrams display how causation works in a particular scenario and show the interconnection between various decisions or events. Scenario trees help in exploring various options and identifying solutions that might not be apparent otherwise. To create a scenario tree, highlight a problem first, identify key events and choices, and outline different complications that could arise. This approach helps in identifying strengths and weaknesses in the links between various events, resulting in a thorough analysis of potential outcomes. Mastering the art of decision-making. People often use rankings to make choices, even in mundane tasks. However, intuitive ranking can lead to weak decisions. To make informed judgments, weighted ranking is recommended, which assesses each item's priority against the other options. By doing so, you can avoid settling for choices that seem superficially reasonable. The process involves assigning points to options and tallying the results to determine the best option. This method is especially useful when you have a lot at stake. With the ability to make informed choices, you can master the art of decision-making in all aspects of life. Hypothesis testing made easy. To make informed decisions, eliminate all but one hypothesis through hypothesis testing. Create a matrix with columns for evidence and each hypothesis. Test hypotheses against evidence, eliminate those that don't conform, and rank the remaining options based on opposing information. Choose the hypothesis with the least against it. Devil's advocacy in the Catholic Church. In the past, the Catholic Church implemented the devil's advocacy technique to evaluate candidates for sainthood. This practice involved taking a critical approach to find any possible reason to discredit the nominee. The effectiveness of this approach lies in the human tendency to develop a bias towards a specific outcome early in the evaluation process. The power of probability trees. Probability trees offer a more effective way to evaluate options. However, it's important to translate subjective probabilities into objective percentiles for accuracy. In The Power of Probability Trees, the author emphasizes the superiority of probability trees over scenario trees for accurate option evaluation. While subjective interpretation of probability can limit the effectiveness of probability trees, mandating the translation of subjective probabilities into objective percentiles can optimize evaluation outcomes. This underscores the importance of accurately identifying and translating subjective probabilities. Overall, probability trees offer a powerful tool for evaluating and navigating options. Utility analysis made simple. To pick out alternatives and consequences, the utility tree analysis proves to be an effective tool. Assigning a value to each scenario and setting the odds, you need to construct a scenario tree for each possibility. While reducing options to the most promising ones, a utility tree can demonstrate the outcomes for each alternative, and selecting the one with the most considerable returns becomes easy. A matrix for utility analysis provides two significant advantages over using a tree. Utilities are what matters, from the essential will to survive to our idiosyncratic preferences. Creating utility matrices. Analyzing and solving problems from multiple perspectives can be managed using utility matrices. By developing a matrix for each viewpoint and consolidating the outcomes, a clear understanding of the problem and its possible solutions can be gained. While each matrix will have the same structure, the utility values will differ depending on the point of view. Effectively using utility matrices can lead to a more efficient problem-solving process. 14 Powerful Tools for Effective Problem Solving. This book offers 14 practical tools that can be used to tackle any problem, no matter how complex it may seem. The author encourages readers to combine these techniques to enhance their effectiveness. These tools can help anyone structure, survey, probe, dissect, diagnose, and resolve problems with ease. So go ahead and try them out.
In conclusion, the Thinker's Toolkit highlights the importance of analytical thinking and the powerful techniques you need to diagnose and solve complex problems. The key takeaways include adopting various problem-solving approaches, moving beyond habitual cognitive barriers, employing convergent and divergent thinking, and utilizing the 14 invaluable tools to tackle problems from different angles. This book's summary offers you an opportunity to enhance your problem-solving skills, recognize the significance of understanding factors contributing to problems, and encourages you to apply these strategies to transform your decision-making process while facing real-life challenges.